back to Superman and Lois TV Talk. This is our episode for Season 2, Episode 5. Girl, you'll be a woman soon. I had to do it. My name is Robin.
And I'm Frank.
Whoa!
Well, you said this is what my voice sounded like. Okay, listen. You said this is what my voice sounded like last week, and I just needed to see what the how different it really is. It's not. You're not that far off, I will say. You got the spirit of it. You know, it's like the Dana Carvey thing of like, does he sound exactly like George Bush? Like, no, you're not gonna do it. No, but he captured the essence, and I feel like you captured my essence.
Well, I love to catch all my friends' essences.
Yes. As long as you don't trap my essence in like a crystal or something. Or in another person. I put them like on a rack in my bathroom, and I kind of sprinkle a little bit of that. I'm like, who I want to... Eau de Francois. Yeah.
yeah. I think we forgot somebody else.
Derek.
Who's...
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is Derek, and I don't know if you recognize my voice. I got a little bit of a cold.
Yeah. His voice is your voice is a little bit more high pitched than normal, but yeah.
I'm not going to talk too much during this, but
sure.
you guys, it's good episode this week. I just wanted to say good episode. I like Superman.
Yeah. No, definitely, Derek.
Derek, wow.
Yeah.
That's quite a cold. So maybe don't do that. Don't talk much during don't. That's going to cause people to just turn the show right off.
Don't talk to us. We'll talk to you. How about that? You know,
I can. Yeah. Sorry. I'll be quiet.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Just almost pretend like you're in the audience this week. Because we have actually. Yeah. Okay.
Superman and Lois TV Talk.
Okay. Yeah. Derek is. Yeah. All right. We'll just edit him out of this one. But I know, right? Gotta take a hint. Do you want to talk some news?
Oh, we do have some news. Have you heard of this? Have you seen this? You heard this? Second annual Critics' Choice.
What is this,
Super
Conan?
Awards?
You folks heard about this? You folks heard? Or like Leno? Like
this?
You folks heard about this situation here?
Yeah. Yeah, there's apparently an award show that they do for, I think the only one I've ever heard of is the Saturn Awards. Sure. Have the, like the sci-fi and the superhero stuff actually gets nominated for things. But this is the second annual Critics' Choice Super Awards, and bring it up because our show has been nominated in two categories. We have Best Superhero Series. Well, of course, I mean,
heck yeah.
Going up against Doom Patrol, Hawkeye, Loki, Lucifer, and WandaVision.
Stiff competition.
Yeah, those are some heavy hitters there.
Yeah, there are. Yeah, but as they say, it's an honor just to be nominated, right?
Yes, and it's just so weird. Like, as a kid, you would say, "Oh, which show would I rather watch? Like the Superman show or all these other shows that seem kind of gloomy and off-putting."
Right.
Although, I mean, Best Superhero Series, Lucifer.
Right.
What?
Counterintuitive.
And of course, Tyler has been nominated for Best Actor, Superman himself, Best Actor in a Superhero Series. And he's going up against, The Vision, Lucifer again, Brendan Fraser's robot guy. Was it Robot Man in Doom Patrol?
I haven't
Hiddleston's. Oh, I watched a couple seasons. Hiddleston's Loki and Anthony Mackie's Falcon / Captain America. Spoilers. Right. So I don't know. I'm assuming that Bettany's going to steal that one, or Hiddleston is going to steal that one from Tyler.
Those seem like fair bets. Those are those. I mean, they were both great performances, but I'm glad to see Tyler on this list. I'm glad to see any CW show like on this list.
Yeah, right. Or on any list.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, when you look at it, it's all these sort of premium prestige shows, right?
Yeah.
With movie star casts of literal movie stars. And then our show, the little show that could, in a sense, is in there among them against these big budget DC and Marvel shows, and Tyler, in there, well deserved among those heavy hitters. So it makes me happy to see just the fact that those nominations happened. That makes me happy.
I mean, isn't it funny that you have a network that is made of all these different superhero shows, and this award show is just like, well, I guess we'll throw the CW one thing
from a bone, right? Like,
yeah. There was one person's tweet I copied because I thought this was great, and it was Lex Luthor himself, John Cryer. He tweeted out the 2 nominations for Superman and Lois are richly deserved, but failing to recognize that Elizabeth Took is absolutely redefining Lois Lane and is an egregious oversight. I hope the Critics' Choice Super Awards don't make that same mistake next year.
Amen to that.
I mean, that's true. I wish I wrote down the nominations for, but it was like a couple ladies from Loki. I was just kind of like, come on, Elizabeth was Bitsy.
Bitsy, as we know her.
Has been doing it's just, I don't know. Of course, been knocking it out of the park every week on Superman and Lois, and it has a lot of the most challenging stuff.
To
work on.
Absolutely. Dealing with some really like emotionally heavy stuff and delivering every single episode. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I'm with John Cryer on that. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. And I hope she gets recognized next year. But I am glad the show made it into the nominations at all. Happy for Tyler, and I hope Bitsy gets the recognition she deserves soon.
Yeah. And I've never even heard of these awards. They must have flew under my radar last year, but it's kind of cool to have a super awards.
I do like that. Yeah.
The other bit of news is that Jonathan Kent, our buddy and former co-host Jordan Elsas, visited Earth 167 last week, which means I'll explain. He went to a Comic-Con convention in Vancouver and got to meet up with Tom Welling and Erica Durant. So mom and dad from a different world.
Yeah.
So he posted a picture. He was kind of raving about it on Twitter, and I was just so happy for him.
He looked so genuinely happy. Like he was grinning from ear to ear. Like he took that picture with Erica and Tom and just could not have looked happier to be with them, meeting them. When we talked to him on the podcast, he talked about how much Smallville meant to him, and right. Obviously we all shared that in common, right? And it really shows that he wasn't just blowing smoke. He wasn't just sort of, saying what he thinks fans want to hear or whatever. Like he was legitimately, genuinely thrilled to be meeting them.
I mean, he's a guest there. He would have to just seek them out in order to
exactly
cross them. It wasn't like he got packed into a room. Like, I guess I'll take a picture of these two people.
Right.
But I've had a chance. Humble brag. I've met Erica once and then Tom twice, and that look that Jordan has on his face is. I recognize it.
Yeah, same.
It's just how you feel when you meet people that are that cool and, are a 10-year-long show that you've been watching forever. So
I haven't had the chance to meet Erica, but I did get to meet Tom when we were all in Atlanta a few years ago. Yeah. And I had the same look on my face meeting Tom and Michael and Aaron Ashmore that Jordan had on his face meeting Tom and Erica. So I can relate. Yay. And just so happy for him, that he is making the most of this experience and like enjoying it to the fullest, like it's just good for him for really like soaking in all the fun stuff that comes with getting to be on a Superman show when you're a fan of this stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It is cool to see like a person that is into a property, being able to be a part of the property, but also geek out about the property as well.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Love to see it.
That's all the news that I saw on the internet this week. So shall we get into our episode breakdown?
Let's jump in. Let's jump into this. What you and Derek called a bizarre mitzvah or quinceañera.
I mean, really, where is this girl you'll be a woman soon even factor into this episode? I don't understand how that's.
I think from the idea that like this is the quinceañera is like when a girl becomes a woman, like in the way that like a bat mitzvah would.
I guess.
Yeah, because she says later like, oh well, now I'm a grown up. Like I know about grown up things, and that's when Jordan's like, oh, all kinds of grown up things. Wink, wink, nudge,
yeah,
nudge.
in that same scene where she's like, yeah, you can rub my feet when I'm old, like 40-ish.
Yeah. Like, oh, just turn the knife a little bit. Yeah.
But yeah,
but you just said that you were weren't you you said you were in middle school in 2005? I think you just said that on the last podcast. So that you're nowhere near 40.
I love the fact that, again, you are a person that is not only a part of the property of Superman, you are a fan and you can quote it.
Yes.
So good for you.
Yes, I did my homework. Look, there is a fun thing of like, I listened to Shoe before I was ever a part of it. And so when the rare occasion when I'm not here to talk with you and Derek, I get to listen like I did when I was like in college, commuting and listening to Shoe. So, and in fact, listening to you and Derek on Shoe. So, so there you go. So yes, I get to participate fully now.
This one was written by Rena Mimone. I'm hoping I pronounced that correctly. And of course, Adam Mallinger, who we know from the first season and is always great on Twitter, better script reader. Rena, this is her first episode that she wrote for Superman and Lois. She is now one of the producers this season. She wrote for Dawson's Creek, Heart of Dixie, Once Upon a Time in Wonderland, and most importantly, Everwood, which is something that Adam apparently really geeked out about. Getting to work with her and being such a huge Everwood fan. He actually did a lot of tweets this week and did a great blog post about creating this episode and being able to witness the filming of it. And I've kind of collected a few facts here and there, but to learn more about it, folks, if you're listening, just I would check it out online. This one also is directed by Diana Valentine, which another tidbit is the fact that Adam apparently got to talking with Diana, and Diana got her first start as a stunt woman when she was younger, which included being Linda Carter's stunt double for Wonder Woman.
Diana. Huh. I like the way that connects.
Yeah. But as for directorial credits, mostly a lot of, procedural stuff. Criminal Minds, your NCISs.
She's used to that CBS money.
Yeah. Yes. All right. So let's get into the episode itself. I have some major points kind of written down here. Major points. General.
Did you care to step outside?
Our first thing is Chrissy, Beppo, decides to go over Lois's head, not listen to her, and go and talk to Allie herself.
How does that end for her?
Well, it looked like she was going into the sunken place with that teacup.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Very good. Yes, it did.
Put one coin in the very, very empty get out jar. But yeah, she had some visions where she got to see this other world that Lucy was talking about, and I guess the truth that they were hinting at, the truth that Lois is covering up, because how dare she think that somebody who's committing suicide might have some sort of weird altered reality in the meantime before being revived.
Yeah, no kidding, right? Like, it's a totally natural thought to think that, like, they're being, like, that it's a cult and that they're being, harmed by trying to end their own lives. But it is interesting that even before Chrissy went, Lois is starting to connect the dots with Bizarro and thinking like, oh, okay, maybe there is something to this other self idea.
Yeah. It seemed like she was grasping for straws, or we're trying to connect some things that, I don't know. I don't think that they personally could have connected. But then when Chrissy, when we see that Dr. Faulkner is one of the inverse method followers, maybe that would be more of a connective tissue. But
there you go.
It's just so funny. Like, Clark and Lois have these briefings usually at the beginning of an episode, and Lois introduces a new idea, and a lot of times I'm like, oh yeah, that's great, and I could see how you got to there. But this time I was like, so like Bizarro's like your shadow self, much like Allie was saying that. No, it just didn't work.
Yeah, but I mean, we all were thinking it, right? Like, we all were thinking like, well, we know that they're talking about other selves in another Earth, and like we know that Bizarro. I mean, but I guess we have more knowledge of what Bizarro is, so that But like
that, and like we're watching a TV show. We're gonna connect. This.
We're gonna connect dots.
Something. It's not gonna just be two separate things. I mean, fair. I guess it could have, but
Lois is an ace reporter. And anyhow, I did like seeing that Chrissy now like understands what she's dealing with, and like, kind of came back to Lois to try to like crack the case together to some degree. But
thank goodness they kind of made up. I was like, oh, I cannot handle Chrissy being like, Lois Lane is lying to me, and therefore she's the worst person on earth.
Yeah, that was starting to grate on me a bit. Like, I was glad that she came back. Yeah, I was glad she came back around. What is in the tea? Like, what actually brought her to that other world? And if people can do that and come back, then why aren't they doing that? Like, why isn't the Inverse Society basically just like an Amsterdam coffee shop where you just get high and then go back out into the world? Like, why aren't they just sitting there and doing their shrooms or whatever, and then when the trip is over, they go back out into the world? Like, why? I have so many questions. True. Like, I'm sure this will be answered in time. Like, but that's what I'm wondering at this point, is like, if they can just go visit, why go visit? Why not just go visit? Why make it permanent?
And also, like, exactly. See, I didn't even connect that with the T, because obviously, if this inverted world you go to, if you decide to kill yourself, and is there some sort of like prayer you say to yourself to gain entrance to whatever this is?
Right, a mantra,
is it the T? Is it the T? That's like,
well, and then how does ending your life here automatically send you to the other place? How? I have so many questions. So many questions. If you die by other means, do you go to the other place? Like, just so many questions.
Well, the other connective tissue, of course, was the pendant.
The pendant.
She put the pendant around Chrissy, and she said the pendant will guide the way, or something like that.
Yeah.
So maybe you have to be wearing that special pendant that Allie has.
Okay. There you go.
I think that's probably more likely, because we get a flashback at the beginning of the episode. Shakedown 1979. I mean, Metropolis 1979.
By the way, missed opportunity, should have been 78. In my opinion,
yeah, that's true. And we meet young Allie, who is played by a young actress named Amber Taylor, who was on Yellow Jackets, The 100, and Batwoman. And yeah, it's like a strange thing where this uncle is trying to tell Allie not to fall for this thing. Like the father just died and there's a big will and a big inheritance, but only if she looks after this pendant, which strangely was presented to her in a lead box. I don't or it might have been lead. It could have just metal or something.
Sure.
It was funny how he wasn't touching it, you know?
That is interesting, isn't it?
And this thing has been in their family for generations. It killed their dad, which maybe he was trying to reach the other side. And
maybe, probably, because she says that,
right? I don't know.
She says that her family has believed that and like, carried that down, that sort of tradition and that belief for generations. So that he probably was trying to reach the other side.
And what a weird, it was kind of interesting, maybe a metaphorical kind of thing where the uncle gives her that peppermint sucker.
Yeah.
And when she decides to make her choice, she just spits it out in this empty vase and the uncle is told to leave. So
yeah.
I'm not going to go for the sweet life.
Right. It was. Yeah.
Sorry. Wow. I did not deserve that one so soon. You're going to have to keep that one up again because it's going to happen a lot. Also, the attorney's name was John Pugh, which I'm assuming he's Florence's dad.
Sure.
So, thank you. And yeah, he's very invested in Allie finishing her father's life's work. So there seems to be some sort of society built up already in 1979.
That's right. Yeah.
So So Beppo says that when she went over there, Allie seemed to be in control. Like,
yes.
Not only like in charge of the country, maybe even in charge of the world. So yeah, I wonder how that got to that point.
It sounds like a really, really intense version of like Second Life, where Allie is like the emperor over there, so she's just trying to get everyone to go over there so she can just be in charge. Like that's what it feels like. It's like abandon your life here because I got it pretty good over there and I want to be queen of the world. So come on over to that world where I'm in charge so I can be the emperor of everything or something. Like that's where my mind goes.
Yeah. So when you go over to that place, do you merge with your shadow self?
I don't know.
I mean, you know, Allie just goes over there as Earthbound Allie into whatever inverted world. Does inverted Allie like want Earth Allie to get out of there, or is
you all were talking on the last episode about how this character in the comics does have connections to is a version of Parasite, right?
Right.
And Parasite is, a comic book villain who sucks energy from people and creatures and whatever for his or her own needs, like feeds off of everyone else's energy to live and to function. So I kind of wonder if she is feeding off of people here to power herself over there or something to that effect. Like when they cross over, does that make her stronger and more powerful? And what does the pendant how does that factor into that, right? Like, is that what she's using to like make them cross over, and is she using that to suck energy from them or something? Like I wonder if I'm assuming there's going to be some kind of a Parasite connection on the show. Maybe not. Maybe they just took the name because it was an existing name of a character and they're doing something totally different. But I'm theorizing if they were to go Parasite route, like maybe it would look something like that.
Right. And Chrissy says she met her dad there, which is like that was like a strange little, okay.
Yeah.
So she seemed to be over there for like, I don't know. Well, he said it's 7 minutes since her heartbeat stopped, and he was going to revive her, and then she woke up. But maybe time passes differently in the other world, because she was over there long enough to meet her dad, and to say something like to say that she what exactly did she say? She meet her bizarre self, or I have the quote here. She says, "I was me, but not me."
That's right.
More like a bizarro version of myself.
That's right. Yeah, that's for the bizarro
guys.
Reference.
We got to stop with that. It's everybody saying
we get it now.
We get it. And not everybody's going to naturally say bizarro version of myself.
True. Yeah. Like, why would they be saying bizarro version of myself if bizarro is not a cultural reference for them to make?
Right. Yeah.
Unless that Seinfeld episode still exists in their universe.
Maybe it's just a regular episode of Seinfeld. No.
Whoa.
But yeah, she says everything in the world was off, but Allie was everywhere. And yeah.
Yeah. There's
so
something fishy
I'm
going
assuming
on there.
when you go over there, you do merge with yourself. I guess part of you that's missing, Allie says.
It sounds like from what Beppo was telling us, it sounds like it. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a little strange because I don't know. Did Lois need a second opinion about this?
Right.
Because her sister probably said all this stuff to her, and she was just like, "Well, that's crazy. I'm not putting that in an article." And now that Beppo's done it too, Lois is like, "Well, wait a second. Maybe my sister wasn't lying about it."
Right.
But still, it's interesting that it
is. Yeah. Yeah, so many questions, right? Like just so many questions about how it all works, and they're keeping me curious, but not frustrating me with it.
Right. Yeah, I felt like, oh gosh, when I heard this, Chrissy's description and all this, and even the detail, like I met my dad, that makes me think that they're going to go to the other world. I hope it's not just Clark. I hope both Clark and Lois get to go to this other world. Mm-hmm. And perhaps they're setting it up for Lois to meet her mom.
I wonder about that for sure.
Over there.
I do wonder about that. I got to think Lois will go there. And I think that there will be a Lois there. Two thoughts. The way Bizarro looked at her when they had their brief encounter, and Clark says it like maybe he's married to a version of you over there.
I was waiting for her to go, this again?
Yeah, right. I wonder if she's dead over there, and that's why he was looking at her, because his Lois is gone, and so he was getting a brief moment.
This again?
Yeah, exactly. But kind of like John looks at her. I kind of wonder if it was like a similar thing. But I like the idea that maybe she meets her. Maybe she goes there and meets her mom. Maybe both things can be true. She could be gone in the other world, but her mom could still be there.
So do we want Terry Hatcher again? Or do we want? We can't do Erica, right? Because Erica, except the fact that they're pretty much ignoring all the Arrowverse at this point.
Right. Yeah, true. But also, after Crisis, people can look like other people, and whatever.
Yeah.
It could. Erica would be cool. Terry Hatcher would be very cool. I'm trying to think of who hasn't been part of done some stunt casting, who's been in the world in the Superman Lois sphere in the past. I can't think of anybody who's still alive who hasn't been involved in some way.
Annabeth Gish was in Steel.
Okay.
And she is a good actress.
Okay.
And looks a bit like Lois. Maybe.
All right.
She's got the brunette thing going.
Sure.
I'm trying to think of anybody.
Yeah. I could go with Dana Delaney.
Oh God, that's even better. What am I thinking? Yes. Yeah. That's perfect.
I love Dana Delaney. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Kristen is too young to.
Yeah, Kristen's too young.
Something like that. Yeah.
She could be like Lana in the other world or something if they wanted to go that route. Although it seems like everyone looks the same. Well, I'm saying that based purely on Bizarro looking like Tyler, just a little more bizarre.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Bizarro comes to our world, and he looks like this. Now, in the cartoons and the comics, Bizarro people look like Bizarro, right?
Yeah.
They all look all zombie-ish and crack skin and all that. Does everybody that crosses over, will Clark and Lois, when they cross over to Bizarro world, will they be surrounded by a bunch of zombie-looking ghouls, or will they look like Bizarro?
Yeah. Do they look like that over there? Do they only look like that when they cross over here? Maybe, maybe the atmosphere here messes with their skin, or like whatever. Like maybe there's a reason for that, and they look normal over there. I have thoughts, but I don't want to get spoilery, so I won't go any further than that. But
right. Well, they did mention in an earlier episode something about how they cut themselves.
Yes, they did. I
forgot about that.
Yes, they did say that. You're right.
So maybe that's a strange case with just Bizarro himself.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah. So this is all very, very intriguing. Another fun note. There was a lot of, in this episode, a lot of budgetary constraints, and they took the script, and I think the quinceañera was going to be in like a community center, and they're like, well, we already have the barn. Let's just do it in the barn. Mm-hmm. And for Allie, she was supposed to be located in a cabin originally, and Beppo is going to go visit her in a cabin in the woods.
Interesting.
Which explains why it's so funny. Beppo and Lois go ambush Allie at a hotel,
right,
in New Carthage, and then they show the exterior of this hotel in Smallville, and I think it's the same hotel exterior. They just slapped a CGI the Smallville in.
Sure. That makes sense.
That makes
sense for budget. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I guess thinking about it, this was not a super effects heavy episode, like by and large.
Except for the fight stuff.
Yeah. And they clearly, I guess they saved the budget for that sequence.
Mm-hmm. So I guess we can talk a little bit more about Bizarro. Bizarro, who is on the prowl.
No kidding.
Could this possibly... Okay, so he hunts down and kills Dr. Faulkner, who I learned in the cast credits this week. Her first name was Kit.
Kit Faulkner.
Which I didn't Google.
I think they actually even said her name at some point in the episode, and I remember being like, "Oh, she has her first name." Yes. Yeah. I think I caught it in the closed captions. Yeah.
So yeah, Lois discovers that sees Faulkner in one of Allie's videos.
Yeah.
And so she goes to Ameritech, the trailer in the Schuster Mines, to track her down, and finds Bizarro had ransacked the place. And most shocking scene in any Arrowverse show, can I just say?
Totally.
I was like, whoa!
That was
I can't believe that.
Striking, right? Like and they showed it more than once. And even though I knew what I was going to be seeing, it still was like strikingly shocking.
That looked like a horror movie scene right there.
Yeah, talk about Get Out, right? Like that is that was because you never see it. You never see that. You never so it just catches your eye and was upsetting to see, but effective, super effective.
Mm-hmm. And so we at this point we assume that she was on the phone with Allie and not Anderson.
Yep.
In the first few episodes. Adam Mallinger's blog or maybe his tweets mentioned that at one point they were going to have Bizarro just freeze Faulkner instead of breaking her neck. And yeah, again, looking at the Twitter, both he and I think Jai Jameson both reacted live to seeing that effect for the first time of her head being twisted around. It's just like, wow, I can't believe they did that.
I know.
So
I thought it was a very, like, apart from it being, you know, somewhat gruesome and whatnot, like, I thought it was a very interesting choice. Like, I thought it was a good choice, if you can call that good. You know what I mean? But artistically, I thought it was an interesting choice. And I found that visually interesting. I was surprised at how calm Lois was at being in the same, like, you know, she reacted obviously, but like when he lunged forward and then flew out, like I thought he was attacking her. But she seemed to know that he was flying out. So I was like,
oh yeah, he's in his flying stance. She knows his stuff.
Yeah, I guess
his feet
so.
are in that position as
I guess
he's pushing off.
Also, he's moving so fast, it's not like she could react if she wanted to, you know, like.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so that was the other thing about the Bizarro fight last week. I noticed that, you know, maybe you did too, that when they were fighting, the pendant was on Bizarro and it seemed to be drawing energy from Superman, and which made me think, oh, that sounds like a parasite thing, you know? And with Allie having her own pendant, you know, so, but Anderson mentions in his briefing with Clark that they noticed like an energy field of some sort, and he was worried that the pendant was going to actually give Superman more power, which he could be wrong about it, but I thought it was pulling power away from him. And the other thing was that, you know, in both fights, both 2 or 3 times he's fought Bizarro, Bizarro is pretty much, you know, ransacks him. Yeah. But the one time that he finally beats Bizarro is when he doesn't have the pendant on.
Yes, true.
So
yeah,
I was sucking power from him. I don't know.
I bet it was powering up Bizarro in some way. That does connect with the parasite idea, especially with Allie having one. I wonder, is that his? Is that Allie's from the other universe because he's, you know, her adversary? I don't know. I'm so curious about where and is she trying to get her hands on that other pendant because if she puts them together, something happens? You know, like what is all happening?
It's just, how did Bizarro get down there? Like, did he just like beam into a mountain? Like, oh God. And I'm surrounded by XK, which seems that, you know, also is his version of Green K.
Right.
Because Clark handily beat his butt with fistfuls of it.
Yeah. How did he get down there? How did he get down there and in that suit and everything, you know, the sort of the fake Doomsday suit? Like, how did he get put there? Is there some tunnel? I mean, clearly they were, you know, Amertech was looking for some connection to the inverse world, right? Through the mines. So they know something. Like, Faulkner knew something, knew more than we did, and she was working with Allie on it. And so Allie is the keeper of that knowledge now, and those are the consequences. That's what I'm saying. There are so many questions that are like really, really. As I turn it over in my head, more and more questions come up.
Right. But did you notice when Chrissy was on the floor with the pendant on her that there was some sort of energy wispy stuff coming from the pendant, as if it was, I don't know, pulling energy from her, directing energy into her. I have no idea. Is it the gateway to the other world and the whisper is like her soul or something? I don't know. And somebody explain it to us.
Somebody, please, over the next 8 episodes or whatever we have left. Like,
Superman is put in a position where he's got to save Allie, and he ends up fighting Bizarro. They fight in like a paper mill, and Bizarro does speak, and we kind of save Derek the trouble of running back the audio this week because there's subtitles in this where he's just like, "Get out of my way." And I had the closed captioning on, so I got to see the closed captioning subtitle, and it says "speaking backwards."
Yes.
so yeah.
So it's official.
Great fight. Yeah, exactly. Great fight. Lots of great punches. Then we get to see fire breath for the first time,
like you guys were talking about, fire breath and ice vision.
Yeah, so cool. So cool.
I loved seeing that. It was a fire breath looked awesome. That was like that's where the money went. This like the quinceañera was put in the barn so they could do that effect, and it was worth it.
Right. And they didn't bring Good Charlotte or Lifehouse to the quinceañera because they didn't want to pay for that bill.
Yeah.
They put it in the fire breath.
Yeah, fire breath money.
And so Superman beats him, and there was also this great thing where interesting thing I should say, where Superman kind of looks over in the mines and sees that there's a box there that says property of the DOD. I thought the DOD was in charge of cleaning up the X case, so why did Superman not know that? I thought he did know that.
Yeah.
Lois knew it, right?
Lois knew it. I thought Lois knew it. I mean, I mean, that's why the Supermen of America were even involved in all of that stuff, right? Like, because it's all Anderson and DOD. So I don't know. I'm confused why he's confused.
Yeah. Why he just, I don't know. That's weird. But, Clark ends up, we'll get into the quinceañera, but, oh gosh, where is it? So when Superman comes back to the Kent farm and does this quick change into his civvies, right?
Yeah.
He tells Lois that, he's in the fortress and my mom's going to see what she can learn from him or figure out. And I was like, Derek's greatest wish has come true. They took Laura and they put her in the fortress, which means one thing to us. It does not mean two things. But when I heard that line, I was like, oh my God. So the Ice Palace is restored and Laura's there. She's going to be the new Jor-El. But then she calls him to the fortress and it turns out to be Tal-Rho's fortress.
Yeah.
Which made me feel really bad. And I
guess that's just the fortress now.
No.
I know. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe when this is all over, the Clark will boot up the fortress again. I don't know. I hope so.
Why would he leave her there?
Yeah.
And I'm going back and forth about whether the original fortress, the only fortress, was brought down during Clark and Tal-Rho's fights. But I can't remember. I
think it was. I seem to remember it was. But can it be resurrected in some way, right? I don't know. I mean, when Bizarro got here, I mean, he called it home.
Yeah, he went there.
And called it home. So maybe the key to unlock, unlocking it and getting it back up and running is somehow in him. Like maybe once this whole season story gets unraveled, maybe Clark will have what he needs to go back to that fortress. I hope so. I really hope so.
I hope so too.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. You want to be your own show and your own story and whatever.
But it's part of the lore, right? I mean, it's part of it's part of classic lore. I hope that they can.
You want people to come to the Superman show and see some
familiar things. Yeah.
Why is he not in a city? Oh, okay. There's a Fortress of Solitude.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, luckily that the Tal Rose Fortress has that great energy field that can kind of hold person. Don't you want to see the rings though? It's just the rings around.
please. That's what it is, right? Like that's
I know.
It's their version of that, and it has an interpreter built in too. Like it's great.
Yeah. The universal translator.
Yes. It was very like, Superman 78 meets Star Trek meets Doctor Who sort of, like with like the TARDIS translating for him and stuff. Yeah, it totally. Yeah.
Were you expecting his voice to be like, me don't like Allie? Or am I just getting
like Derek.
confused with Solomon? Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
It did sound like Derek.
Yeah.
I don't sound anything like that.
All right. Dude, all right. Enough with you now. All right.
It's kind of grating. People
don't like it. It's not good.
You gotta get past that cold.
It's in our ears. Like no one wants to hear you. All right. Love you, bud.
Somebody unsubscribed. So yeah, Bizarro talking pretty normally. Kind of raspy. He's. But it's Tyler. And he says that they're not at war yet, but they will be.
You will be,
and you will be. Mm-hmm. Oh God. One of the scariest moments of Empire Strikes Back is Yoda warning Luke. And he says that she's going to destroy everything he loves, his friends, his family. He's going to lose it all unless he kills her first, which we know Superman won't do. But I wonder what the threat is here,
Yeah, I know. That's
because it doesn't seem like at first it's like, so she's trying to get this cult going and people converted and everybody, killing themselves left and right. And Bizarro is going to be like her, her number one crony.
Yeah.
Henchman that cleans up but he seems to be here to take her down. So.
Yeah, so I mean the thought that because I thought it was like she saw him as a henchman, a weapon she could use, something like that, right?
Yeah.
It seems like not so much, but then like why was Dr. Faulkner like on the phone with her and like excited at this new development of finding him? If it's not. Hey, maybe they thought he'd be sympathetic. I don't know. There's so much. I'm waiting for like an Allie centric episode, like an episode that takes place from Allie's point of view almost, where like the B plot is like flashbacks to her life up until now that fills in some of these blanks of what has she been up to, what are things like in the other world. Like I'm waiting for either an episode to give us a download on this stuff, or maybe it'll continue to trickle through and to keep the mystery alive to the end of the season. But I'm very, very eager to get more details on that because so much hinges on that.
Right. And, it could be, maybe she was just after the other pendant. Maybe she was just like, you got to get him out of there because I know the pendant's down there with him and I need that.
Maybe the energy it was giving off, she could trace it and knew it had to be there.
Yeah. She should have waited for Independence Day. Thank you. Anyway, speaking of the pendant, Anderson refuses to hand it over. As we said, he thinks it's going to power Superman up more. He's probably a big believer in power corrupts and
sure.
But he's looking a little worse for wear. He's unshaven.
He's looked better.
Yeah. So let's go over. We got to talk about some other stuff in this episode. First off, Sam now is going to train Jordan.
Yeah.
And Jonathan gets involved.
Yes, he does. I like how 1 second Sam is like, you told your brother about this, you'd be a terrible spy. And the next second he's like, well, so if you know anyway.
Yeah.
Do you pinky promise not to tell your parents? Yeah? Okay, great. You're in on this now.
Right. Yeah, it was and I don't know, the way Sam was kind of talking to him was a little bit, I was like, you could be nicer to Jonathan. Like
you could.
He's like, we've got to learn Jordan's baseline, you know? And
yeah.
Once they're doing push-ups together, then he's like, Jonathan, can you go get us some waters?
Yeah.
And of course,
Ouch.
Jonathan, you know, he's feeling replaced on the football field and, you know, replaced left and right in his family's eyes. You know, we went over a lot of this last week about how many different things that Jordan's been a part of that Jonathan's just missed out on completely and doesn't seem to be getting the invitation anytime soon.
Right.
And so, yeah, his ego is very bruised, but I do think, I think it's implying that the drugs are giving him a little bit of an edge too.
Yeah.
Being a little bit less understanding and
a
little bit more resentful than he usually would be.
I think that
Right.
it's messing with his head a little bit. He's you know, Jordan described it as aggro, and I think that's a good description. Like he is like way more aggressive and just like in competition with Jordan in a way that he, you know, isn't normally. Yeah.
He's like, you don't have to get used to me just being better than you.
Just being better than you, right? Like that is not how those two talk. Yeah. And Jordan took that like almost too well. It was like, huh, that's weird. You know, yeah.
And Jordan's discussion with Sarah later, I liked how she kind of drew a parallel to how when her depression started, that she started acting like a totally different person to people, you know, and perhaps Jonathan's going through some sort of depression.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
a very empathetic outlook.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I mean, you know, obviously I'm assuming some depression goes along with being addicted to drugs.
Yeah.
And, you know, of course, you know, the rough deal that Jonathan's been handed, you know, being so sidelined left and right, probably adds to it as well. So yeah, I love this last scene where Jordan and Jonathan talk and suddenly Jonathan's eyes light up.
Yeah.
And Jordan is overjoyed. He's so excited to tell mom and dad, oh my God, you have powers too. Awesome.
Yeah.
And there's another thing that Adam Mellinger wrote about was that he said he was adamant from the time we were breaking the scene that this is going to be Jordan's reaction.
Nice.
He's going to be super excited about it. And, you know, of course, you know, he's like, oh my God, you're with me now. Yay.
Yeah.
Together.
Yes. Like to not be alone anymore. That's the thing that's been killing him about this, right? Is feeling alone. Yeah. Like, sure, he's got his dad, but like his dad's already gone through this. He's going through this now. He wants to share it with Sarah even, right? And his dad convinces him to wait a year. Now he's got Jonathan who he can maybe experience this with instead of just sort of relaying his experience to him.
Right. And even the training is kind of alone. I mean, Sam's helping him, but he's got to keep it a secret from mom and dad.
Yes.
So, Jonathan luckily came up with a good excuse to kind of hold him over for a couple of more days, he says, that he's worried that Clark's going to pull him off the football team if he finds out he has, which I was like, wow, that's a really good excuse, Jonathan. He must have thought of that one.
Yeah, right? Like that was, yeah.
So,
but like, how much of that is his little yellow friend, and how much of that is really him, right? Like, is any of it really him?
The excuse, the
powers,
the powers. Oh, I'm assuming it's all yellow mist.
Yeah. Does any of it stay, do you think, once he gets off the sauce?
That would be so nice.
Right?
I don't think it will, though. I
don't think so either, but I don't know.
I think the writers probably think like, oh, well, you know, it's enough trying to like figure out storylines and the growing of one, you know, boy into this. I think they're saving Jonathan's real evolution in that respect for later. I would think.
I would think. Yeah.
Because they're both in the same part of life. You know, it would be kind of repetitive, I'm assuming, you know?
It could, yeah. It could get repetitive. That's true, yeah.
So, I love this little bit of trivia. The Clark is bringing muffins to Nat and John, and apparently it was Bitsy's suggestion that Lois had a muffin set aside for Clark. Of course.
That's so cute. I love that. I love that, because that was a really sweet little moment where he's like, "Hey, oh."
Right.
It's just so them. It's so them. I love how much their relationship has sort of taken on its own thing, and you can, that feels like them. Her having a muffin set aside, it just it fits. And
there's always like a moment when they have a kiss, like she kissed him in the Gazette before sending him off on errands. You know, it's just it's nice to see people being happy together on television. You know? Yeah. And of course, you know, Clark and Lois, you know, people that,
in particular.
Yeah. So Sarah, okay, so
what you're trying to say is it's nice that Clark is only kissing Lois and no one else, unlike.
Let's talk about Kyle.
Yeah.
So, poor Sarah. She is this whole first scene where she's dancing with Kyle, and there's this joke about like, I learned that from Patrick Swayze, and she's like, who?
Yeah.
And
he's one of those old 40-year-olds we were talking about before.
Lana's talking about this big speech that she's going to have, and Sarah's like, "Oh gosh, don't make it too gushing or whatever." And then the whole thing where they're planning on changing their last name.
Yeah.
Which is wow.
Yeah, at first I didn't know if it was just Sarah planning to take the name, but it sounds like the whole family is going to be changing their nname.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so, because it seemed like it was just Sarah in that first scene, but later on when they're explaining it to Dean, it seems like everybody is there. So they're going to be Kyle and Lana Cortez.
Yep.
Which the only Cortez I know, of course, is from the Cortez family from Spy Kids.
Yes, naturally. Yes. Now I wonder,
Junie Cortez.
Has anyone told Sophie about this, or will she be left behind and then show up in 5 episodes and her name is still Cushing?
Yeah. Well, Lana did give her a little bit of crap for not being a team player this week. And you could tell there is something going on there.
There's something about that kid.
Yeah. And there's something going on with Lana. I mean, Lana wanted to take a bath a couple episodes ago and didn't want anything to do with Sophie.
That's right.
And then Sophie's there, obviously lured by dinosaur pancakes.
Naturally.
They probably had those that morning.
Must have.
She's not happy about the pretty dress, the cardboard dress she has to wear.
That's right, yes.
And Lana pulls her aside and goes, "We talked about this. Tonight, you're a team player. There's something going on here, Frank."
Something is going on. Something is going on.
I tried to connect her to Morgan Edge in the first season, but could she be from Bizarro World?
Is the other version of her ever present and has lots of dialogue and her mom wants to be around her? I don't know. Something is off about something has been off about Sophie the whole time. So like that's what makes it hard to tell. They're acknowledging it more, it seems.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it was good that she showed up in the house, because I didn't see her at all during the quinceañera. Did you? She got a pretty dress.
Yeah.
But I don't think I remember seeing her actually in the bar.
I don't know that I did. If she was there, she was in the background. But yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So yeah, it's going to take some time getting used to Cortez's instead of. I kept on writing Cushing in my notes, but Cortez.
Yeah. Good for them. Dean was a little comment like, "Oh, how progressive of you!" Like,
how progressive.
Screw you, man.
Oh, and how funny was this? Why did Lana invite Mayor Dean to her daughter's?
She thought it was polite.
Wait, yeah, but he has been a complete
douche
nozzle.
I know.
And it's like, I'm going to use your, I'd hate for anything to get out about you.
I know.
And somehow Lana's like, oh, I guess I'll invite Mayor Dean to. I mean, it's your daughter's birthday party. Why would you even feel like it was necessary?
I guess to put on a good front for the public. It's a small town. Not inviting one person is, especially the mayor is conspicuous. And maybe she felt like it made her look like a good sport to have her opponent be there. I don't know. I'm just projecting, but it's optics. It's optics. Moments later.
Yeah. Sarah is explaining to Jonathan that she would have invited Candace, but they were at their limit with the guests.
Yes.
Come on.
Okay.
I'm thinking Sarah did not want Candace there, but she should have invited Candace for optics, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I guess. But Candace ain't running for mayor, so.
That's true. Well, she is head of the cheerleading squad.
Head of the cheerleading squad, yeah, but she left that life behind, Sarah did, so.
I love the Jordan and Jonathan's reaction to Sarah's dress, and Jonathan's like, he means you look stunning, and Jordan's like, that's not the word.
And Kyle caught that.
You watch it, Rico Suave.
Yes.
Waiting for Jordan to go, who's that?
Yeah, I kind of was too. Yeah.
All right. So what happens is during this, that's Tanya decides to just show up.
What is your problem, Tanya? What is your I get her intentions of I messed up. I told somebody, and I'm afraid that person's going to sell the story, and I wanted you to hear it from me. Totally on board with that. But
Kyle keeps ignoring the phone calls.
Yes. But
so she can't talk to him on the phone.
But you're going to come in person and be seen with that's so much worse.
That's just a terrible idea.
It's just a terrible idea. And also let him celebrate his daughter's birthday. Don't literally come and ruin the part. I don't know. I just think that's if you really mean to help, then don't physically show up where people might see you together and start to talk.
Right.
In a small town.
I'm wondering if these writers wanted some more drama in this episode, and maybe that's the reason why. There's no other reason why a person would naturally just show up at some teenager's birthday party to
more drama.
Help their father. According to some of the behind-the-scenes stuff, Adam said that almost every take of Kyle talking to Tanya outside, there were flocks of geese flying overhead.
Huh.
And they were filming out, of course, we visited Kent Farm, from far away, of course, from the street we saw it. But they were filming outside on that set, set house.
Yeah.
And it was really cold, so they were all kind of freezing, and they were also dealing with flocks of geese ruining every
that sucks. That sucks. Wow.
Mm-hmm. So Jordan and Sarah overhear it, and
Sarah's night is just ruined. Wow.
And of course the very next thing she's got to do is that father-daughter dance.
Yeah.
And fun fact, the dance song was Cielito Lindo.
Cielito Lindo.
Which I guess Kyle was singing to her.
Yep. A few episodes back.
Yeah.
I think he's sung it to her a few times. I guess it was when she was going to do her, was it when he was helping her with her recital? And he pulled out the guitar?
Oh yeah.
Might have been then.
He did say he used to sing it to her when she was a baby. So
okay.
I think that's when he sang it when he was drunk one time.
Okay.
I think he did sing it sober.
Okay.
Another time. But yeah, the dance, Sarah cannot keep it in. I mean, teenage emotions.
Right.
How could you possibly? And totally brings the house, the whole barn is very quiet.
Yes.
So interesting stuff. When they went outside, Kyle's tried to calm Sarah down. Lana joins them. And I love when Sarah's like, I saw him with some woman. And Lana immediately turns on Kyle like the Exorcist.
From the bar?
the girl from the bar. Yeah. You were just blowing off steam after work. So, okay, what does that mean? Does that mean like he told her it was no big deal kind of thing? Is that what it?
That's how I took it. Yeah. That no, I just go to the bar after work, to have a few drinks, blow off steam. Like, no, she's just a friend. I swear. She's just my bartender. Like, it's not, there's nothing else to it. I promise. Like, I think that's,
that must be it.
And that's how, because Lana probably had a feeling, and he probably, gaslit her and was like, no, it's fine. It's normal. It's fine. It's no problem.
Right.
And the second that Sarah mentioned it, Lana was like, aha, my intuition was right.
And we have I love that we have an older and wiser Lana that, our young Lana from Smallville, probably this would have just taken out her entire week. She would have ran off to France.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah.
But I love how Lana, as a mom, is like, this is my daughter's big day.
Yeah.
We're going to deal with this later as a family, but this is not going to ruin your night.
Yeah.
Even though it really kind of did.
It kind of did. But
she did get to make this real sweet speech, about Sarah in front of everybody. And Kyle's just kind of watching from the back.
Yeah. But the power and strength that Lana summons to be like, I am going to make you only get one of these, one night like this. And so we're going to make it special. This only happens once, and you're going to make it special. You prepared for this. They said she had, studied and done prepared for this night in a big way. It's a big night in her life. And so they were going to, Lana was determined to make sure that it was special, by sort of any means necessary.
And we totally missed it. I mean, we had Kyle's mom there, Mary Ann, she's called in the credits. And the actress, by the way, was in a movie called Quinceañera. So
nice.
They must have been like, oh yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
We totally missed a scene where Kyle's mom walks out and I'm like, you did what, son? Mm-hmm. You want to come talk to me about this on your daughter's quinceañera?
Yeah, exactly. You know what? I loved the moment where Clark is talking to Kyle and he says oh, I always loved your mom. I love that, that just a little moment of he grew up here. History. Of course he would know. Yeah. There's a little history there. And of course he would know her. And I thought that was cool. And then, of course, Kyle, talking in riddles to Clark as he does, well, not everything's so rosy, blah, blah, whatever.
Well, yeah, when he comes out, he's just like,
I messed up.
I made a huge mistake, and I think my family is about to pay for it.
Right.
It's oh, God. Clark's looking around for Bizarro, what's
what's
coming next?
No kidding.
Is it Aliel? Who's coming? No, he just cheated.
Yeah.
Jerk
face.
So
and you told her you were gonna leave Lana for? Come on, man.
Yeah. He must have been deep in the bottle, I'm assuming.
Yeah, probably
hitting that tequila hard. And just unhappy. And I'm assuming. I wonder what led into what.
Right.
Whether it was Kyle's drinking that got Sarah headed down a dark place, or vice versa. The pressure of your daughter going through that drives you to the bottle as a father.
Right. It could go either way.
Yeah.
There's a story to tell there, right? They could. Yeah. I hope they tell that story.
For sure. Probably the same episode where they're going to explain how John and Nat came from their planet.
Right.
How that all happened.
Two different ways. How they came 2 different ways.
2 different ways. Yeah. So, yeah. I swear there was more here that I wanted to talk about.
There's always more to talk about. I mean.
Oh, yeah. The fact, the other thing that got kind of cut from this episode was there was going to be a montage ending where you see, of course, your classic, play a pop song and go to different people's reactions. And one of the things that they had filmed was a shot of Kyle realizing how he tore his family apart and just breaking down and crying.
Oh, wow. That would have been really something.
And they're like, it just killed them to cut that. 'Cause,
yeah. That would have been something to see.
So
I'm trying to think of things we haven't talked about. When Superman comes and saves Allie from Bizarro, that scene felt very sort of quintessential Superman to me, of like showing up just in the nick of time of when the bad thing is going to happen, pushing the person out of the way and taking the hit. Like that felt very sort of classic. Like you could have seen that in the George Reeves or in the animated series or Lois and Clark or whatever. Like that would have fit in any Superman property you could think of practically. Like it just is classic Superman.
Right. And it was almost frustrating because Chrissy is having this discussion with Allie about the world that she just went to. And then all of a sudden Lois like kicks the door.
Yeah.
And then Superman shows up and she's like, what's going on?
And Allie's all like, like Lois is here. Like everything's terrible. And it's like, no, she's here to save your life.
So, looking forward to what comes up next week. But we'll get into the trailer and the spoiler section.
Yes.
After all that.
Yeah. Well, hey, thanks for listening. If you're not sticking around for spoilers, you can visit us at supermantvtalk.com. If you have thoughts, any of the myriad questions that we raised, if you have thoughts, theories on any of it, send us your feedback at supermantvtalk@gmail.com or follow us on social media at Superman TV Talk on Twitter and Starkville House of L on Instagram. Of course, you can subscribe and rate and review us on your favorite podcast app. Apple Podcasts, Spotify now does ratings and reviews, so be sure to hit us up there as well. And shout out to our buddy Craig over at Krypton Site, K-Site TV, for always having the cream of the crop coverage for all things Superman and Lois, and really all things having to do with good TV. And he's at Superman Lois TV on Twitter as well.
Yeah, he had a 2-part interview with Indy Navarrete. I just like to call her Sarah this week. So check that out if you want to learn a little bit more of what Sarah was thinking about, or what she thought Sarah's going to do now that she's gotten all this dropped on her. It's a good read.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. And I'm sure we'll all be together next week. Keep your fingers crossed.
Yep. What are you talking about? I'm here.
Yeah, I know, but we got to have a conversation about taking a hint, because it's feel better though. Get well soon.
Boy,
Edna, make him some soup.
And, it's actually funny because the more I've talked on the podcast, the more my voice is worn down, the more I'm starting to actually sound like Derek.
Oh, funny.
So I better wrap it up.
Well, that's our cue.
Yes. Everybody, see you next week. And
we're always around.
Everything about this knee is bizarre.
Huh?
Bizarre.
Oh.
I need to understand why he's here.
There is an inverse to us all.
A bigger threat may be coming.
All right, that was the trailer for this week's or next week's episode, Tried and True, the one that Amy Jo Johnson directed. Some points to go over in that trailer. Number one, we get to see Clark without his shirt next week again. Whoop, yeah. They have like 20 seconds for a little preview of what's happening next week, and they decided to take some of that to make a toothbrushing joke.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Why not?
Yeah. But a lot of things like, we got to understand why he's here. And somebody says there's an inverse to all of us. And Superman says a bigger threat coming, and lots of backwards lettering, and you even see the logo backwards this week. So really,
things are
getting bizarro.
They're really milking the working at least one bizarro mention into every episode if they can.
Yeah.
It's
Oh yeah. We're done with talking about Doomsday. It's bizarro all the time.
Right.
Bizarre and bizarro. Here's the I read this last week, but just in case you missed it, here's the episode description for Tried and True. Lois tells Clark that she and Chrissy plan to do a deeper dive into the Inverse Society, and Lana and Sarah try to comfort each other after the fallout at Sarah's quinceañera. Meanwhile, Jordan notices something suspicious in Jonathan's book bag. And lastly, Lieutenant Anderson finds himself under fire for the deterioration of the Department of Defense's relationship with Superman. So maybe there's maybe the president is going to call him and be like, we work with Superman. He doesn't just work for us.
Right.
Something like that. I don't know. I'm getting tired of this, not being able to work. Although I actually am a fan of Superman not working with the military.
Honestly,
for every conflict.
Honestly, yeah. I kind of am too, but they don't need to be adversaries necessarily either.
I like a good check-in with the government, hey, so you know, I'm going to go protect us from da-da-da-da.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I was just rewatching Superman 3 recently, and there's that, the burning building and whatnot, and he's like, oh, okay. He checks in before he goes off, right? That's very classic Superman, telling the cops oh, I'm going to go in there, or hey, fire chief, I'm going to go inside that burning building and save everyone. That tracks, but he doesn't need to be a military asset necessarily.
Right.
I'm like, we told that story now, we can take a break from that. You guys last week talked about the photos that came out.
I was hoping you'd get. Yeah, I was definitely going to ask you what your reaction was to all that.
I noticed, and I think either you or Derek mentioned it, and I sort of alluded this earlier in the show today, but I didn't want to spoil it for anyone who's staying away from spoilers. But I did notice that Clark's cape has a little fraying going on in those set photos. And so I do wonder if we're seeing, if this is in Bizarro World that this is taking place. That sequence with John dressed like the Metropolis Kid and all that stuff. So I wonder if if that's actually Bizarro's super. This is when we were talking about, do they look like Bizarro's there?
Oh, right, yeah. Maybe
either this is before he started looking that way, or maybe this is just what he looks like in that world. I kind of wonder. I mean, it could just be that his cape is in tatters because he's been fighting.
Yeah, but it looks a lot like the way Bizarro's cape is.
It does, and that's my first instinct, is that this might be a flashback or something to him back on Bizarro World with his own son, who's, the Bizarro version of Jonathan. And maybe in that world, they're a duo or something. And maybe they're working to take down Allie Alston. Maybe, I just had this thought. Maybe in the Bizarro world, Jonathan has the powers and Jordan doesn't.
Yeah. And you see how Jonathan handles powers.
Yes.
Costumed up, eyeliner, hair gel.
Which is to say, not handling it well. And then you made a joke about, is that Lois's jacket? And I kind of was like, is it Lois's jacket? Is it?
That leather jacket.
A leather jacket. Wearing. She is always wearing a leather jacket. So
he's wearing it. He's wearing it in honor of his mom. He had to make some alterations so he could fit into it.
Maybe she's no longer with us in that world, right? Okay, honestly, it kind of looks like the same jacket. I don't know. I'm not 100%, but it could be. No, maybe not. The zippers are in the wrong place. No, it's not the same jacket, but it's real similar.
Aww. Come on, we could have stoked that. You could just looked over that, and everybody could have been really just thinking it over, stewing on it. I mean, between that and Sophie is actually from Bizarro World. I think those are two huge theories that Twitter and Reddit need to get talking about.
They need to get on. They need to get on that. I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, I think there might be something to that. I'm
excited. I really want to go to Bizarro World and see how Vancouver has changed.
Yeah, I know, right? Fun stuff.
I think that's it, though.
I think that's it.
Yeah. So thank you, everybody, for listening. And we'll be back next week in one way or another. It'll there be 3 of us, 2 of us, maybe 1 of us. Maybe it'll just be our alternates. Who knows?
This is all leading to like Robin just having a complete like mental break where he's just doing all 3 voices next week.
Well, I don't do any voices on this show. What are you talking about?
It's just you alone in a room having the entire conversation. Wait, wasn't there a shoot video like that where like Derek does all the voices or something? The one where Houston's coked out on the lawn or whatever, and then he comes back inside and he just does all the voices. That's a deep cut for the old Shoe fans. Hi, Tim. Anyway.
Good luck finding that on YouTube.
Yep, exactly. Well, I think that wraps it up for us. So we'll catch you next time. We're always around, up and away, etc.
Bye.